It is not often that we get to talk about and do neat stories on local fighters in the UFC world. Joey Ellis met up with one local competitor to share his story as he continues to excel in the sport.
Yeah, Mike, when it comes to combat fighting, it's usually not a sport that naturally gravitates to one, normally in their younger years. And that's true for Maryland native, now turned North Carolina resident Bryan Battle, whose peak interest to start has now turned into a full-time gig for him with plenty of promise for him on the horizon.
When we moved here, I wasn't watching MMA. You know what I mean? I was a big football guy, big basketball guy, played football and basketball in high school. Became a fan of MMA while I was in high school, but I was homeschooled, so it's like I couldn't wrestle, you know what I'm saying?
Shortly after Battle stepped into the cage, raw and inexperienced, but full of potential, confirming his spot in the sport.
I started training late. Like, I was 21 when I started. Initially, I was like, okay, I'll fight until I lose a fight, and then after that, I'll be a responsible adult and like do regular stuff. I lost my very first fight. So I was like, okay, well, maybe after 2 losses. But by the time I had my second loss, I'd won 8 in a row and became one of the top ranked amateurs in 2 weight divisions in the country. So by that point in time, I was like, yeah, I think this is what I need to be doing.
Now a full-time UFC welterweight pro, Battle logs serious hours at Carolina Combat Sports under the close watch of longtime coach and owner Tom Ziegler, learning more each day about life at the professional level.
Your first experience is just going to be crazy regardless. If you can win, good for you. I didn't. I got kicked in the head, so it's just one of those things where it's like, okay, what adjustments can I make to do better? Just getting more serious with diet and stuff like that, and, you know, figuring out ways to just training harder, being more intentional about the training and whatnot.
And the work is paying off as Battle holds an 11-2 pro record, including 5-1-1 in the UFC, as he eyes his second fight of the year at the end of September at UFC Paris. A big step is part of much loftier goals inside the cage.
It's always fun to me. It's like, what's the point of like training combat sports if you're going to be afraid of another person? I didn't start training so that I can pick and choose who I'm going to fight. I want to be able to beat the best guys in the world. So it's like, all right, how do I get to that level?
The Butcher, which Matthews' resident Battle is more commonly known by, has gone from long hair to buzz cuts to his notable blonde hair, which started back during an 8-fight winning streak. And as long as the wins keep coming, the blonde and the Butcher are here to stay in UFC.
That's kind of like the new thing. I haven't lost since I went blonde, so I'll rock that for however long. It's a vibe. The fans mess with it, so now I'm blonde, I'm the Butcher, I'm killing everybody, and we're just going to keep on killing everybody.
In Indian Trail, Joey Ellis, Charlotte Sports Live. Well, any guy with a nickname like that, I certainly want nothing to do with in the cage. He tried getting me in the cage to do some training with him, and I think I will stick to maybe our Tuesday weekly basketball pickup guys with you guys.